welcome into this morning's Grant Live. It's your favorite 71% successful grant writer, Superior Shelby, and I'm a person who's been winning grants for 10 years. I'm here to educate you all about small business grants and free money that you can get to start a business and to scale. In today's live stream, we're going to dive deeper into a $100,000 grant. Towards the end of this live stream, I'm going to show you all about GrantWatch's new interface and how you can actually use GrantWatch as a search engine to find grants just for your startup idea or your small business. So welcome into our live stream. Now, I've always had this 6-year operating dedicated YouTube channel just for you, so that way you can learn all you need to know about grants and how you can scale your business with free money that you don't have to pay back. Now, I know it sounds kind of like foreign, especially in 2025, but this is actually a true thing. Grants is free money that you simply don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks. There's no personal information needed, like your date of birth, social security. You don't have to provide bank statements. This is totally different from traditional lending because it's not lending at all. Grants is free money that you can get from a business entity like Amazon, Google, Gucci, Walmart gives out grants. Free money, you don't have to pay back. And then also you can get this grant funding from your state and local governments. So, for example, they might be looking for startups and small business owners who are minority business owners in a specific area in your county, in your city, or specifically in your state. And then you can also get this free grant money that you don't have to pay back. That's no credit checks, no personal information needed, from other nonprofit organizations that help startups and small business owners, like the SBA, like the Small Business Development Resource Centers, like Hello Skip, Hello Alice, places like that, that they actually use sponsorships and donations to give us small business owners and startups an opportunity at some free money. Now, I've been winning grants for 10 years. I have a 71% successful grant writing rate. So what that means is out of 1,000 clients that I usually get in a year, 71% of them actually get at least one grant. Now, you can get a grant as low as $500 and it go up to millions of dollars. I myself, I'm currently in Africa on a $5 million grant opportunity. And if I can do it, you can definitely do it too. Now, yeah, I might have 10 years of experience in this. But this is the whole entire point of me having this entire dedicated YouTube channel for you, so that way you can learn about grants, okay? So I'm going to pull up my YouTube studio. Now, I do offer one-on-one consultations. It's just $50, but it's a 45-minute consultation, super worth it. So if that's something that you would be interested in, you can click the link in the description below. You can also text me anytime. I'm going to put my text information and my number inside of the chat, okay? So if you are joining me live, hey friend, happy Tuesday, happy June 10th. I'm so blessed to have you here with me. Make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push it out to other entrepreneurs and startup business owners who are looking for grant information, and they want to get it from an expert. They want to get it from a person who have experience. If you don't know, I just recently won my client over $100,000 in grants just less than a month ago. I posted it as a short, and the most I've ever gotten somebody funded in grants is $2.5 million. I've been able to get millions of dollars in funding with grants, and I've been able to help so many different projects. Okay, so welcome in, friends. Let's get down to it. Hey, how are you? Am I saving this? Yes, I am. I'm saving this. All of my live streams, they're all saved. They're all uploaded. That way, just in case you miss it or you got to go back to work, whatever have you, it's going to be here for you. So I'm usually here on live stream twice a day at 9 a.m. Eastern time and 6 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so if you can try to catch me on one of my lives, that would be awesome, because it gives you a chance at asking any grant related questions to give yourself reassurance and clarity on exactly how to find grants and how to apply to them. Okay, now, grants, like I said earlier in this live stream, free money that you don't have to pay back, no credit checks, no personal information needed. Now, yes, it will be very helpful if you already have your business foundations together. Having your business foundations together, or having your business properly set up, professionally set up, really does help increase your chances of approvals with all funding opportunities. Now, what I like the most about grants versus going for loans, let's get into it. Grants, Free money, no credit checks, no personal information needed like your ID and social, no bank statements needed. And you simply don't have to worry about getting any type of inquiries on your credit, anything like that. Your data doesn't have to be breached because you're not giving it to like a bank or anything like that. This information with the grants, they only want to know what your business mission is. And if your business mission aligns with the grant mission, you're good to go. You should be approved to this free money. With loans, it might be quick turnaround times, but you have to already have some cash flow. You have to already show that you are responsible enough to be able to handle the amount of money that you are requesting. You have to pay it back with interest. And then also with loans, it is a credit inquiry check, okay? So it can, decrease your credit score. And it's unfortunate that so many of you guys are aggressively looking for business funding. And you're looking for something that has a quick turnaround time, but you can go for grants that have a quick turnaround time too. It all depends on exactly how you set yourself up for success. So that's the point of these live streams, friend. So that way I can give you the clarity and reassurance you need, okay? So I like grants way more than business loans, okay? So when you are looking for business funding, make sure you specify what type of funding you're looking for. There's different types. You have incubator programs, accelerator programs, you have grants, you have pitch competitions, you have loans, lines of credit, credit cards, and so much more out there, investment capital, angel investments, right? So you need to be very specific on the type of funding that you're looking for and ask the right questions. If you don't know what the right questions are, then you can simply ask me here in the chat or just book a one-on-one consultation with me. I offer a safe space where you can be vulnerable enough and say, hey, I'm just getting into this business thing. I wasn't taught none of this stuff. And I would love to know what types of questions do I need to ask or what information do I need to have before I decide to go for any type of business funding. I want to make sure I am properly prepared. So to reassure you, having your business professionally set up, like having your LLC, EIN, business plan, business pitch deck, a website, social media accounts, all of those things are really going to help you increase your chances with approvals with any funding opportunity that you're going to go for. Now, there's so much content out here in the world through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, so many different social media channels that tell you step by step the basic things that you need to have in order to be a professionally set up business. So you need to have that first, okay? Now, yes, there are grants that you can get through different business resource tools like QuickBooks, MailChimp, LegalZoom, Zen Business Desk, that you can use those particular opportunities to help you have the necessary means or the funds to be able to start your business, like purchase your LLC, get your EIN, purchase a website, and so much more. Matter of fact, LegalZoom usually gives out a $10,000 grant every year towards the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, where they are giving out $10,000 to over 50 startups. So you can have not only the $10,000, but you can also get LegalZoom credit. And LegalZoom is a business resource tool that we have or that we can use to help us set up our LLCs. Zen Business consistently on a monthly basis gives out a $5,000 grant to anybody who uses Zen Business to start their business or to do their business formations. Business formations is having your LLC, your EIN, and getting your domain, which is the address to your website, okay? If you use Zen Business, then you have the opportunity to potentially win $5,000 with their grant opportunity that they give out on a monthly basis. So some of the business resource tools that we use to start a business, friend, is we can use those tools to also help us get grants, okay? Now, so imagine using like LegalZoom or Zen Business Desk. You're in a position where you don't have the money right now to purchase your LLC or anything like that. And then so you use Zen Business Desk to do your LLC, and then they also turn around and give you $5,000. That is a really great opportunity. That's why I like grants. A loan opportunity is not going to give you that. You have to walk in the bank already ready and already generating revenue so you can prove how you can pay that loan back. And it's not fun starting your business out in debt. That's not the successful way to go. You need to prove to yourself that this business idea actually works. And one way you can do that is just by starting with what you have and making something out of nothing, being resourceful. Okay. Now, grant opportunities. Love when you can show you are resourceful. One of the main questions that you would see on a grant application is simply, what would you do with this grant? Or how would this grant opportunity be impactful to your business? Well, what they're looking for is for you to give them an answer full of compassion and that is resourceful, that you can explain to them step by step how you would use the grant opportunity to start and scale your business. Being resourceful, persevering through your adversities is really going to help you with winning these grant opportunities. And being able to have creative writing skills to explain that will also help you too. So for those of you who are just joining me live stream, welcome in. Please like the live so that way the YouTube algorithm can push it out to other entrepreneurs who's looking for some grant funding opportunities. And also, welcome in if this is your first time seeing me. I'm a 71% successful grant writer, which means majority of the grants that I write for my clients, out of 1,000 clients, they at least get one good opportunity. And that can be of 10,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars or more, okay? All right, so in this live stream, like I stated earlier, we are going to go over the $100,000 grant that I've been going over recently. I also want to show you GrantWatch's new interface to give you all reassurance on how to use GrantWatch. Now, GrantWatch is my favorite grant search engine to use to find grants. So if you've been trying to figure out how do you find these grant opportunities, well, in this live stream, I'm going to show you, and it's all up to you to actually execute on the information that I'm giving you, okay? Now, the things that you should have before you go for a grant opportunity specifically, aside from having your business professionally set up, what you should have is a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video. Your business plan is going to serve as an answer key with answering those questions on the grant application. And once I go over this $100,000 grant application, I'm going to show you the reasons for why you should truly have a business plan first. A pitch deck. The pitch deck is essentially a PowerPoint presentation of the key indicating factors in your business plan. Key factors that should be in your business plan is like, what is your business mission? What is the business vision? What is the service or product? What is your customer base? Are you business to customer, or are you business to business, or are you serving both? Explain to them what is the problem that your majority of your customers have. What is the solution? How are you solving your customers' problems differently from your competitors? Who are your competitors? How much funding are you looking for? And how will this funding amount be impactful to your development process or to help you scale your business? What are your main goals? So all of that information needs to be inside of a PowerPoint presentation. So that way the grantors or the funding instrument that you're going for, the people who are looking at your application, they can simply go through your pitch deck and they don't have to go through the full business plan. All right. It's that aesthetically appealing visual piece that you'll be able to have. Now, the 3-minute pitch video is essentially you using the backside camera of your phone, and you are going to talk about your service or product. You really need to show up for your business, okay? Now, you don't have to record yourself, but it's very good that we get a chance to know you. But this is that content piece that every business needs to have. I want to reassure you, friend, that in 2025, if you don't have a social media channel like at least TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or at least LinkedIn, you are quite behind. We use social media platforms now to find the best pizza place near us. We also use these social media platforms to find the best hair care products or just simple Amazon store finds that we can use to start shopping as consumers. So you, as an entrepreneur, need to take an understanding of that in 2025. And it's very important for you to have a piece of content for your business, because we are all using these social media channels to find different ways we can shop. Okay. All right. So There you go. The 3-minute pitch video is all of the information that you would pretty much say in your business plan and also in your pitch deck, but it's the video content piece that you would use, so that way you can put it on your website. You can also upload it to your grant applications if they ask for a pitch video. In 2025, I've been noticing that a lot of these grant applications are looking for a pitch video because it allows them to go through your application much quicker. And once they watch your video, then they can kind of tell if you are ready for this next level. To give you a little insight, most startups and small business owners are entrepreneurs who go for these grants. Here's 3 reasons why they don't win. 1, they are not well educated on exactly what a grant is. So they simply don't search for grants and they don't apply to them consistently. 2, they don't have the time to actually find the grants and to apply to the grant opportunities, which allows them to leave these opportunities out on the table for you and I. And 3, when they do submit the application, they're not submitting the application in full, or they're not going for grants that align with their business mission. So in other words, they're not reading the grant introductory page to comprehend what that grant mission is and to reassure themselves that the grant mission aligns with the business mission. It's very important that you know those top 3 reasons why most entrepreneurs don't win any of these grants, so you know how to give yourself a good chance at potentially winning one of these opportunities. Just like loans, lines of credit, and credit cards, grants is no 100% guarantee that you will win. Just like a loan, line of credit, and a credit card. And you can go for quick turnaround time grant opportunities too. Don't let anybody try to steal your shine or try to take away your opportunity for you. Don't let anyone demotivate you for going for any type of funding that you deserve. Grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. So why not give yourself a chance at winning one of these opportunities? And you're not wasting anything. You're not even wasting time, because answering these questions will actually give you clarity on exactly, or help you ask yourself some questions on how you want to strengthen your business model and your operations. Okay? So it's all worth it, even with applying, even if you don't win. And it's all worth it, especially if you win and you don't have to pay it back. It was free money. Okay? All right. So you know what a grant is. The 4 ways you can win a grant. All right, let's talk about it. There's 4 different ways you can win a grant. Now, when you submit a grant application, you want to give the grantors at least 30 days after the application deadline date. So let's say, for example, that today, June 10th, is the application deadline date for a $100,000 grant opportunity you're going for. Well, you need to give them by July 10th to correspond to you via email if you were selected for the opportunity. Now, like I stated earlier, you can go for grants that have a quick turnaround time. So if you know that the deadline date is June 10th, and on the grant introductory page on the website, it says that they're going to select a winner on June 14th, right? Then there you have it. That's a quick turnaround time. In less than 7 days and 4 days, you will pretty much know if you were selected for the opportunity. It just all depends on when you actually apply to that grant. See, the grant program that I just gave in this example, the deadline date could be June 10th, but the program could have started in February. So if you apply to the grant all the way at the beginning of when it started in February, and we're now in June, well, it depends on when you apply to the grant. Okay, so you can apply to grants closer to the deadline date, but I always don't advise that you do that, because sometimes these grant opportunities can be first come, first serve, and you don't want to be at the end or closer to the deadline date and you've missed out on the opportunity simply because you've waited or you procrastinated towards the end because you wanted a quick turnaround time. Okay, but that is a way that you can get a quicker turnaround time if you do apply to the grant closer towards the deadline date. But generally speaking, even if on the grant introductory page that it does not state when they will select a winner, well, you should dive deeper into the grant and take a look at their official rules and guidelines. And then there it should tell you when they plan on selecting and announcing the winners. Okay. They will always announce the winners via email. That's how grants work. They will never call you, they will not text you, and they will not send you an Instagram direct message, okay? They will send you an email because it's business communication. So make sure you have your email notifications on so you can always catch any emails coming from any of the grants that you have submitted, okay? Now, one of the ways that you can win a grant is through what's called a pitch competition. A pitch competition is essentially like Shark Tank. Shark Tank with Damon John and Mark Cuban, and people are standing on the stage and in front of the four judges, and they are explaining what their services and products are and how they are profitable, and how if they got an investment, then they can, use that investment and how impactful it will be. Well, that's a pitch competition. That is one way you can actually win a grant. You might see a lot of pitch competitions out there. Don't be afraid. They do usually have some sort of mentor that you can gain to help you with developing the confidence to be able to speak about your products and services, okay? That's one way you can win a grant. The second way you can win a grant is through a first come, first serve opportunity. We saw this a lot with the COVID relief funds when the SBA gave out the targeted $10,000 targeted advance. Well, that was a first come, first serve opportunity. A lot of the first come, first serve type of grants are funded through your state and local governments. So if you are going for a $10,000 grant for women entrepreneurs in El Paso, Texas, right? Well, they might only have like $1 million in the pot, which means they're giving out multiple, over like 100 of those grants or whatever have you. And so it's for $10,000, right? So if it's like 1,000 of y'all that can only get that, then you need to be the first one to apply because it's first come, first serve. You just simply need to show proof that you are in business, okay? So that's a way. That's a second way. A third way you can win a grant is through what we call like a judgment. Okay, so a judgment will be, they have like this point scale. It's usually out of 100 points, and they will let you know in the official terms and guidelines on how many points you can receive per category that they are looking for in your answers. So let's say 60% or 70% can go towards were you clear, concise, and compassionate. 20% can go into did you fill out the entire application in its entirety? 10% can be, did you submit this application on time? Okay, so it's a point system, and you would have reassurance on exactly how they're grading you if you go into the official rules and terms and conditions of that grant. It's usually a small hyperlink somewhere on that page, so just click on that hyperlink and then scroll through that PDF or that other page and make sure you reassure yourself on exactly how they're going to be selecting these winners. Okay, I talk about that, and I dive deeper into what that looks like inside of my entire grant playlist, which is called Grant Masterclass Step-by-Steps on How to Apply to Grants. I have an entire playlist with videos from that's like 5 videos from 6 to 10 minutes each, and it's very direct information, and it tells you all you need to know about how to apply to grants, how to find grants, things like that. Okay, so all the basics is there, and the details you need is there too. Okay, all right, so have like sweepstakes, entering a chance to win type of grants. So you might see a lot of those from like what is it, honeycomb credit. They do those a lot where they're just giving out randomly selecting. They take a look at your application, and if you've completed the application in its entirety, they'll pretty much tell you you are the winner because you were randomly selected. Hello Skip does this every month or every week. They do a $1,000 raffle. So that's a way that you can win a grant too. Okay, so you know what a grant is: free money that you don't have to pay back, no credit checks, no personal information needed. Okay, I love grants more than loans because of that. And you don't have to provide any of your bank statements, no asset information. You don't have to worry about paying anything back with interest. So that's what I like the most about grants versus loans. We went over the fact that you can get a grant for a quick turnaround time, but you simply just need to apply to that grant much closer to the deadline date. So that way it can seem though as if it's a quicker turnaround time. Make sure you reassure yourself on the actual date, selection date, that they are going to be selecting the winner. That will let you know, when you should be notified if or not you are the winner. Okay. We also went over The when you submit a grant, you have to give them at least 30 days after the application deadline date to let you know if you were selected. So even if you are on the grant introductory page and it doesn't say when you are selected or when they are going to select the winners, that's fine. You just simply need to give them at least 30 days. Okay. And then we also went over the 4 ways that you can win a grant, which is through a raffle, pitch competition, a judgment, and also through a first come, first serve opportunity. We went over the simple fact of having a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video will help you with increasing your chances of approvals, and your business plan will be used as an answer key to help you answer these questions. Now, we are going to go into a $100,000 grant opportunity. I want to walk you through this particular grant application so I can show you the reasons for why you need to have those 3 key components before you decide to apply to grants. And then I'm going to show you GrantWatch, and maybe we can end this live stream with me actually finding grants for you. Now, once I find a grant for you, it's all fine and dandy. The game is free, but the hustle is sold separately, friend. Once you know all of this information, you have to be honest with yourself and let yourself know whether or not you are going to actually go for these opportunities. I have had so many of my subscribers take this information that I've given you all, this free game, and they have actually won opportunities, accelerator programs. They've won grants themselves because they've actually dedicated their time to applying to these opportunities. Some have even booked one-on-one consultations with me so they can reassure themselves on exactly how to answer these questions. So if you look at some of my past live streams, even from like January, we do have one subscriber that came on and he was like, hey, I just won an accelerator program because I took in your information. So the information I'm giving you is expert level, okay? And I'm hoping that you really do execute on it. If not, I do offer the service of writing the grants for you. If you would like some more information about it, you can book a one-on-one consultation with me. I'll teach you all you need to know. We'll talk more about what grants serve in your favor. I'll also tell you more about my program and how you can hire me. But before you decide to hire a grant writer, whether it's me or another grant writer that you are fond of, it's important for you to know that we have a code of ethics. A United States-based certified grant writer cannot take out any percentage from your reward, okay? So if you win $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, or $1,000,000, we cannot take out 20% from your reward. That's not how this works. That's against our code of ethics. You will pay a grant writer upfront for our creative writing skills and also for the time and efforts that it takes to find the grant and to apply to the grant for you. I'm going to show you here that there's usually a top half where it's general information, but then there's usually a set of questions that you have to use your creative writing skills for, and to be clear, concise, and compassionate to really deliver the reasons for why you should be selected. Now, you may be thinking, oh, I could just simply use ChatGPT and ChatGPT will help me answer these questions. But hold on, friend. Using ChatGPT is actually the worst thing you can do with going for these grant opportunities. Just like how we have ChatGPT, we also have what's called Zero GPT. Zero GPT is the world's leading AI detector. And what they will do is they will download your application submission, upload it to Zero GPT, and Zero GPT will let the grantors know if you have used any ChatGPT or artificial intelligence on any of your answers through this application. If they find that you have used ChatGPT, then unfortunately your grant application is voided or it's just thrown out the window, okay? So hiring a grant writer, if you do not have the time to be able to sit down and apply to these grants, then hiring a grant writer, if you have the income enough to do so, yes, that will be a really great way to go. Hiring a grant writer essentially is like having an additional employee or having a funding assistant, somebody who's going to help you get funding for free, and you don't have to pay it back. And what all they're doing is simply going for those opportunities that you don't have the time to go for. Okay, so it's important you understand what that looks like when you are hiring a grant writer, and I hope that gives you reassurance and clarity on the reasons for why you should or why you can go for these opportunities yourself or hiring a grant writer. Okay. Okay, so let's get into it. Good morning. How are you? So, Kurt the Fat TNT Elias says, what if you don't have either but want to take classes for your business? Well, you can go ahead and take classes for your business. Definitely, you want to invest into your business. One of the questions on this application that we're going to take a look at, this $100,000 grant application, it asks what skills and achievements do you have that makes you qualified or that will help your business scale, right? And so if you're going to school to get a certification for what you're doing, then that will be good. Okay, you can explain that here. All right, so let me go ahead and turn it over. Hold on one second, you guys. And then if you have any questions, definitely drop your questions in the chat because I want to make sure that I'm answering all of your questions, okay? Okay, here we go. One second, let me clean the back side of the camera. That would be nice. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the Bronze Valley Accelerator, okay? All right, so this is what we're going over. Now, this is through Generator. I love Generator. Generator is really good about giving out $100,000 grant opportunities. And Accelerator, they're also an investment corporation. So even if you are looking for investors, they will give you $100,000 and you would agree to give them 5% equity in your company once it starts generating revenue. A really great opportunity, honestly, because then it opens up the doors for you to get more investment opportunities. Big companies like Uber, DoorDash, Calendly, even Google, Apple, they all took in investments. Amazon, they take in investments. That's what makes them big companies. So, yeah. So, the Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator. All right, so let's read through. So what this is this is a $100,000 opportunity. Each participating startup will receive 12 weeks of concierge mentorship-based programming, which is really good. Generator is a nationally ranked accelerator that invests in high-growth startups and supports the growth of these startups through its network of experienced mentors, technologists, corporate partners, angel investors, and venture capitalists. Okay. All right. So let's learn more about it. So the application deadline date, as you can see, is July 27th. Okay, so July 27th is the actual application deadline date, and the program itself starts September 18th. Remember, you get 12 weeks of concierge mentorship. Now let's go through the actual application itself so I can reassure you on the reasons for why you need to have those things that we talked about earlier. All right, so here we go. Bronze Valley Accelerator application. The information that you need to this particular grant is all in the description below. I'll reassure you guys and make sure it's in there so you can go directly there and apply yourself, okay? So the first half, you just need to enter in your first, last name, email, phone number, your LinkedIn, city, state, zip code. As you can see, LinkedIn does not have a star next to it. So if it doesn't have a star next to it, that's fine. That means that it's optional. But the more information you put on this application, the merrier. Then you're gonna put in the programs that you're going for. The name of this program is the Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator. Then the next half would be about your company, so your company name, website, and then you're going to give them a description, 3 to 10 sentences about your service or product. If you don't have a website, just put NA, okay? Simple. This is direct. You're just telling them about your business. What is your business model? So when they're asking what's your business model, they want to know, are you business to customer, business to business, or are you serving both? And how does your business intend to make money, or how does your business actually make money? So this is a very direct question. Do you have any customers? Is the company generating? Yes or no? And here's why having a business plan will help you out. They want to know who are your competitors, okay? You should have what's called a competitive analysis with at least your top 3 competitors. And in that analysis, it needs to give you step-by-step differences between you and those 3 competitors. So you want to put that information in here. If you have your business plan already, you can simply go to your business plan, copy it, and paste it here, okay? That's why I said your business plan will serve as a answer key. Team, tell us about your team. So here's towards our friend here that's in the chat who said that she's taking classes for her business. It says, tell us about your team, even if it's just you. What background and skills do you have to make your company a success? Well, if you are going to school, if you are in like cosmetology school, or you're in trade school, or you're getting a certification or a license in order for you to be able to perform your services or to develop your products, well, this is where you will put that information in there. And you will explain to them that if you don't have, like, for example, a real estate license or a cosmetology license or a CDL license, then you won't be able to perform your services that you want to provide to your customer base, okay? Traction. All right, so traction may include revenue that you generated the last month, revenue generated in the lifetime of your company, monthly revenue growth rate, number of customers, notable customers, number of paid or unpaid pilots. If you are generating money from your current side gig that you plan on turning into a full small business, or if you're currently generating revenue for your small business, this is where you will put that information there. You can say, we make annually, in 2024, we made $50,000. In this year, 2025, so far we've already made $30,000. We are on the verge of increasing our annual growth rate at annual revenue growth, at 20%. Okay, so that's what you can put in here. They're looking for traction. The reason why they ask this question, a traction question, is because what they're looking for is they want to see a need for the grant in numbers. Okay, because obviously you can explain to them in your answers, be as compassionate as possible, but they also need to see that if you're already generating revenue, is this business a scalable business? Okay. All right. If you're not already generating revenue, all right, if you are a startup and you're not already generating revenue, one way you can answer this traction question is by providing the number of customers or signups that you might have, or pre-orders, or who your notable customers are, right? Or a number of unpaid pilots or paid pilots, right? So, which means that you've actually already invested, and you can put how much you've put in here, and when you plan to launch, things like that, okay? Number of customers will really help you out, especially if you have signups or people who have pre-orders, things like that. You want to put that information here, okay? All right, so the next set of questions, they just want to know what your business industry is. So if it's commercial cleaning, you'll put that in there. Whatever your industry is, then you will give them up to 15 keywords to further describe your business. This is just so they can narrow down to understanding exactly you have. If it's just you, then you will be one for a full-time employee that works 20 hours or more a week. I also talked about this in one live stream, and I think I uploaded this short. I explained to you that if you can give a job, a 9 to 5, that you don't even want to work at anymore, you don't care for working there anymore, if you can give them 40 hours or more a week, then you should at least give your small business or startup idea 20 hours a week. And you can do that over the weekend, okay? And that can be 20 hours of mixed in with, different execution strategies that you're doing. You can go to different mentorship groups. You can go to networking events. Whatever that is, you need to give 20 hours a week towards your idea, okay? You need to prioritize it. Investment stage. All right, so if this is not applicable to you, then you'll click on this, which means you've never received an investment before. If you are your own investor, you can do pre-seed, okay? So that's that. Funding date. Welcome in, you guys. Please like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push this information out. So funding to date, if you've never received any type of funding or investment, you can just put 0. Currently fundraising, are you currently fundraising? In most cases, you guys, yes. Then your fundraising amount. So how much are you raising right now, or do you plan to raise? So how much money do you need? All right, this is a $100,000 grant opportunity, so I will just put in 100K, okay? And then here's where I was talking earlier. Having a business plan and a pitch deck will really help you out, okay? So this application is requesting that you upload your pitch deck. The pitch deck is the PowerPoint presentation of your business plan, okay? Let's see if I can bring one up for you so that way I'll show you really quick what a pitch deck looks like, because I know some of y'all are like, what is that? I never knew I needed that. I never even thought I needed a pitch deck. I thought I just needed a business plan and I'll be fine. Or I thought I just needed a grant proposal. I'm going to also explain the grant proposal thing too, because not every grant needs you to upload a grant proposal. You see this application does not request a grant proposal. Okay, grant proposals is really requested when you are going for a high ticket funding, okay, high ticket grant opportunities, let's say 200K or better. And they will tell you within the first round of you getting approved or going through that grant opportunity if they will request a grant proposal. A grant proposal is usually a one pager that's very detailed, that explains to them what your product and service is, that explains to them the what you would do with the grant reward and how much the grant reward you're going for. Okay, it's a tailored one-page document, and it's a proposal to let them know that you are going for it. Yes, so that's different. Not every grant needs a grant proposal. Okay, sometimes you can just have a business plan. In most cases, you can just have a business plan and a pitch deck. All right, so let me show you a pitch deck really quick that I did for one of my clients. Yes, I write business plans and pitch decks for you. So yeah, you can always hire me to do that and write grants for you. All right, so as you can see, their pitch deck has all of the key factors that you would usually have inside of a business plan. All right, so their mission, what's the problem, what's their solution, what are their services, what's their business model, what's their industry overview, all right, marketing strategy, which is very important, financial targets, so what are their goals, some information about their company, and then how you can contact them, okay? This is what you call a pitch deck presentation. Everybody should have one. You would simply download that and upload it to this, or attach the file to this application, okay? An executive summary. This is within the first 3 pages of your business plan. An executive summary is usually just a one or 2 page document or a part of your business plan that explains what your company is, what's the service or product is, what's the problem, how you're solving it, who's your customer base, and what's your business mission. Okay, so the executive summary. So it's a full summary of the entire business plan. All right, you want to attach that file there. Even though it doesn't have red stars next to it, filling this entire application out, filling out any grant application to its entirety will really help increase your chances of approvals with this grant. This is a $100,000 grant opportunity. So of course, they're going to want to know all the details about your business development process, okay, and what your business is doing. All right, so the next set of questions, what is your biggest challenges? So besides funding, what are the biggest challenges facing your company right now? Do you need to hire more people? Do you need supplies and equipment to make your services or production much more effective and efficient? Are you in need of some mentorship and training so you can understand how to use different resource tools online like AI to help you automate your entire business processes, right? Maybe if you have business automation, it will make your service and product much quicker, and delivery products much quicker and more effective and efficient for your clients, which will allow you to focus more on other key areas, which is like marketing strategies and things like that. So what are your challenges? Put that in here, okay? Your program goals. So if you were selected for this $100,000 grant, what are the top 3 objectives you would like for them to help you achieve? Could it be mentorship? Could it be perks and deals? Could it be, getting a certain certification so you can, add on extra services and products? Could it be mentorship, right? So you explain what are the top 3 objectives you would like for them to help you achieve. Why should you be selected for this program for the 100K? All right, and what ways can they help you reach your goals? So with this particular question, you need to explain to them first what your goals are. Then you need to explain to them if you were to hit your goals, how it will be very impactful towards your community or the clients you serve. So, for example, if you hit your goals, you'll be able to hire single mothers who went through domestic violence situations. I'm just throwing an example out there, which will be able to give them a second chance at life. You'll be able to hire individuals who was veterans or who was previously incarcerated, giving them a second chance at life and allowing them to receive an income so they can start developing their credit and understanding financial freedom, right? So you need to explain, be compassionate in this answer. When they ask you why should you be selected, this is where you are going to show you some compassion and really show up for your business, okay? All right. And then towards the end, we're at the end of the application. You're going to put in your pronouns. So this is all about you. He, she, they, or them. Your demographics. So what is your ethnicity group? Your referral source. So you found this on YouTube. So you scroll down to the bottom, click on YouTube. If you are an Alabama HBCU member or alumni, then you can click yes or no. If no, that's fine. It's not going to decrease your chances of approval. So that's fine. Previous programs, if you've never ever heard of this program before or went for any, scroll down and click on none. And you check the boxes that you agree to the terms and conditions and simply submit, okay? All right, so we have walked through a full grant application, and majority of the questions that they ask on this application is what you would see on majority of other grant applications that you are going for. I wanted to go through this particular grant application because not only is it a $100,000 opportunity that you should be going for, but it's also going to give you more insight and reassurance on exactly what you need to have before you decide you go for these types of grants, okay? All right, so I hope I helped you answer some questions. Do we have any questions? All right, do you have any questions for me about what we just went over? I think that was really good. I'm going to bring up GrantWatch really quick so I can, for the last 15 minutes, we can actually go over GrantWatch, which is my favorite grant search engine that I use to find grants. And that's how I'm able to come across these great and brilliant opportunities for us. So is there any questions? I would love for you to drop your questions in the chat. If you guys are joining me live, please, if you will, like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push out this good information to other entrepreneurs who are looking for it. But please drop your questions so that way I can make sure I am giving you clarity and reassurance on exactly what you need to know about grants and stuff, okay? Thanks so much for the hearts. I really do appreciate it. Some Bride says, your insights are consistently impressive and incredibly helpful. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. All right, so GrantWatch.com is my favorite grant search engine. Now, there's 3 of them that I use. I use grants.gov, GrantWatch.com, and HelloSkip. HelloSkip, which you can always, sign yourself up for HelloSkip, and you can also use my invite code Superior Shelby to help you, get some incentives and stuff. But HelloSkip is a really good app to have to kickstart your grant writing journey. Okay, so I love HelloSkip, but my favorite one out of the 3 that I said is GrantWatch. Why? Because it's a grant search engine that you can find grants for nonprofits, for profits, for school, for your own personal individual things that you might be going through. So if you need like that federal grant, like WIC services or any type of, personal services, you can find those types of grants using GrantWatch. Okay, so I really would love for you guys to use GrantWatch.com. All right, so they have changed their entire interface. So I want to show you what it looks like. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's very direct, but I just want to reassure you on how to use it, just in case, you might have went there recently and you're like, oh, they changed the whole thing and it kind of scared you. I don't want you to be scared or demotivated from not going for these free money opportunities you should be going for, okay? All right, so definitely ask me any questions that you might have. Let's go over GrantWatch really quick. So this is GrantWatch. So GrantWatch.com, all right, my favorite grant search engine. As you can see, it definitely changed since the last time we were on here. They changed their interface. So all you have to do is click on this yellow button here, start searching, or you can click on this down button and you can click on the specific type of grants that you are looking for. It can be local grants, state grant, federal grants, corporate grants, foundation grants, new grants, or all grants. Okay, so it's whatever you want to use, but essentially you would you can click on start searching. All right, and then it has their smart filters that show up. All right, so the smart filters is really going to help you narrow down to the types of grant for your specific business industry, for the grants that is located in your specific state, your city, and your county. Also, you can find grants that have recently been uploaded or that might have that quick turnaround time that you're looking for. All right, so I'm going to put in, and yes, you do have to subscribe to it, but I'm going to click the X now so we can at least search for free. You can search for the grants for free, but if you need the direct grant information, you do have to pay either $18 a week or $45 a month. I do the monthly subscription. It's all up to you, but it's so worth it, okay? Especially if you plan on dedicating your time to searching for these grants and applying to them. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the filters in place. Okay, so we're searching for grants for small businesses. I'll choose a location, let's say Florida, because I'm from Florida, so Florida. And then I will put in, I'm from Miami, so we'll do Miami. And then the county, we'll do Miami-Dade. Okay. Choose categories. So what categories? So you want to select the type of categories that actually target your business as the company owner and as the industry that you're in. Okay, so that's how you select a category. You're going to select multiple categories. BIPOC is an acronym for Black, Indigenous, Person of Color. So that is me, right? We're going to click on entrepreneurs and startups. Let's say I have we'll click on small business. Let's say, I'm a woman-owned startup, and let's say I'll choose like an industry that I get a lot of you all in. I'm looking for like either, let's see. I'm looking for like restaurant, farming and agriculture could be one. I'm actually into farming and agriculture, but internationally. Health and medical, it could be international. So if you are international, you can find an international grant using this tool. Let me see. I wonder why they need to add that in here. So we'll just do transportation. Okay. All right, fine. Oh, no, nutrition and food. That's what I was looking for. Okay, just kidding. Okay, so let's say I'm opening up a food truck or something. Okay, there we go. So those are all the filters that will be in my favor. Funding source. So I will select all, but also I don't like federal government grants, so I'm just going to take that off. I'll probably do corporations, foundations, local grant, and state government. You can do federal government grants, but remember what's going on with DEI. I don't know. I'm just not trusting anything that's federally funded right now. These dates, I will choose today's date. So hopefully that will give us some grants that was just uploaded today. Hey, those of you who are just joining, we are using GrantWatch.com to find grants. You can actually organize your entire search, sort. So I want to do the ones that are recently added. Okay, I like new grants. All right, so we're going to click on search. And just by me being based in Florida, and I'm starting a food truck, I'm a Black woman entrepreneur, there's 189 results for grants, over 189 grants that I can go for. All right, so it's very important that you read the general information first before you decide to go for the grant. Okay, because as you can see, if I said I'm starting a food truck, And I see something about assistant healthcare provider, but the only reason why that came up is because this grant is based in Florida. So make sure you are reading through the information first before you go for it. The filters really do help out with narrowing down to the grants that you should be looking for according to the SMART filter. Okay. All right. So all of these grants. Now, when you get ready to view a grant, okay, when you get ready to view a grant, this is where you need to pay that subscription because it's not going to give you any information until you have signed up for the subscription. Keep in mind that this subscription, okay, we're going to go through the pricing and plans. This subscription, you can do $18 weekly or $45 a month, okay? All right, it's all up to you. This app, this platform is super worth it, all right? It's very worth it. I would love for you to use this platform, sign up for it, pay the monthly subscription like I do, so you can have access to over 100 grants that you can apply to on a monthly basis. If you are asking yourself, well, how many grants should I apply to? Well, you should apply to one grant a day. Okay. The reason being is because you have other businesses that are your competition where they actually have grant writers on their payroll and they actually get their payroll or their assistants to apply to one grant a day for them, increasing their opportunities and chances of approvals with different grants that they can go for. So you yourself, if you are your own owner and operator at the moment, then you need to dedicate some time, right? At least 20 minutes a day. It can be on your lunch break or whatever have you, and you need to apply to one grant a day. Okay. All right, so we're at the end of our live stream. The last 4 minutes, I want to give you all space to ask any questions. I do offer $50 one-on-one consultations. It's a Zoom call. We dive deeper into whatever challenges you are facing with your business development process. If you need that safe space to be vulnerable enough to say, hey, this is where I've been stuck at for all of this time, and I just simply need that extra push, that courage. I need someone to talk to about what's next, then I am the right person to do this. I'm a 10-year entrepreneur. I've been doing consultations for a very long time. I've helped a lot of businesses make millions of dollars and also get millions of dollars through grant funding, and also making sure that you are properly set up and you have all of the necessary resources and tools to help you scale. Okay. So yes, I'm always here to help you out. Any questions before I let you all go? I know it's like the start of you all's day, Tuesday morning for you. I really do appreciate you being with me. I'm going to put my number in the chat so you can always text me, or you can simply visit superchargemybusiness.com and book a grant call. Okay, it's on my website. I have some client testimonials there, and so much more information there on my website that will give you understanding of exactly what I do. Okay. Okay. And I'm putting the information on that grant we went over earlier. Okay. 100,000. So the link and everything to the $100,000 Bronze Valley Accelerator program, all of that is in the description. So you'll be able to have access to that now. So you can go ahead and apply. Also, my consultation link and everything is in the description right below that. So in case you want to go ahead and book, like I said, it's just $50. It's super worth it. I'll give hopefully back.